Listen up, hockey fans. You're in the right place. A no-hold-barred debate between two hockey fans. Stay up to date on current issues in the NHL, even the controversial ones. Welcome to The Debate Hockey Podcast with your host, Brad Burud.
Cherry trying to work a 2-on-1. Eichel takes the shot, scores! The Eichel Tower in overtime! And the Buffalo Sabres, with a six-pack of wins, come home to Buffalo with yet another comeback victory.
Episode 41 of the Debate Hockey Podcast. Blake, I don't know, where do we start?
Oh, there's a lot of stuff that happened, with the...
Well, first let's start with this.
What?
It's November 19th.
Yeah.
So people know where we're at.
Mm-hmm.
Monday night. I am Brad Burud.
Joined by Blake Friars. Right, huh?
Finally got that straight. God, we sound like we're out of whack tonight, don't we?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, it'll get better. So, Erik Karlsson scored his first goal.
He did. Power play goal. One-timer, top shelf, like the old Erik Karlsson. It's just a matter of time before he finally found the back of the net, and it's funny how we talk about him on the pod, and then a few games later he gets his first tuck. So it's
God, maybe he should
good to see.
Maybe he should do a plug for us. We'll keep plugging him.
Yeah, no, but honestly, he's a dynamic D-man.
He is.
It was a matter of time for sure.
Yeah. I mean, he's a good player. It takes a little while sometimes. He's in a different situation now. I mean,
and look who he was on the ice with.
God,
look who passed him the puck. Brad Burns.
People start ripping on players like right away now, don't they?
Well, I mean, it kind of depends what market you're in, right? If you're in a Canadian market, you're not scoring. Their media's gonna go on you. More pressure's added, and Karlsson's coming from a tough situation in Ottawa, and when you
the expectations. When
you trade for a guy like Karlsson, you got high expectations, and I think he's going south a little bit. He got off to a rocky start. I mean, a little bit more pressure's on him, but now feels like 5 pounds is lifted off his shoulders for sure.
What the hell is going on this week with injuries?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I looked at the list, and Arvidsson, Vasilevsky, Crosby, Subban. There's so many superstars that got hurt this week, and it's tough. I mean, it's a tough break for Tampa Bay. I think it's losing Vasilevsky 4-6.
That might be the biggest one.
4-6 with a broken foot, and a broken foot that could turn into 8 weeks. Like, especially for a goalie, you're on your feet at all times. I mean, your feet are very important as a goaltender.
It's his toe.
It's his fractured foot, right?
Yeah, but it's actually his toe, which is that's rare. We'll get into that.
In practice, that's weird. Your goalie skates are pretty protective. They got that hard cover over top, and it's just weird to see a goalie break his foot like that. I mean, I don't know.
Are the Habs for real? They steal 4 points out of the West. I don't understand that team. They get their ass kicked by Edmonton, who's struggling miserably.
And they get outplayed by Calgary.
Completely outplayed by Calgary.
Outplayed by Vancouver in the third.
And they steal those 4 points. So is this team good, or are they just lucky?
Well, I think you gotta be lucky to be good and good to be lucky.
I'm with you. I
think it goes both ways. And Montreal right now they're getting timely saves by Carey Price, and they're finding ways to win. They get a late power play in Vancouver, and what do? 8 seconds in, they find a way to capitalize.
Vancouver pissed that one down their leg.
Yeah, they did. That was probably one of the most complete games I've seen Vancouver play all year. They controlled most of the play. They outshot, I think it was 18-6 in the third period, and they get a big goal from Pedersen, and then they just fell. They just couldn't.
Bad penalty.
Yeah, really bad penalty.
How about that?
And it's a tough break.
How about that first battle of Alberta? We're going to talk about that again later. That game had grit, speed, goals.
It had everything. It had goals, hits, fights.
That thing was
scrums.
Great hockey game.
Yeah, Kachuk got in the head of a lot of Oilers.
We're going to talk about that game, and I got a couple great stories.
That was probably one of the best games I've watched all year. It was good.
It was good. One last question, and we're going to get into the heart and the meat of this show, but Regina.
Yeah.
Talk of an outdoor game in Regina. How would, being from Saskatchewan, I wanted to get your quick opinion on this.
Yeah.
I think it'd be an overwhelming success.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they got a brand new, beautiful stadium in Regina, Mosaic Stadium. Holds about I think it can expand to up to 40,000 people.
Be fun.
Give or take. But, I mean, I was reading some comments, and they say, well, how are they going to be able to do that? I said, well, Winnipeg just hosted an outdoor game, and we got a bigger stadium than them, so... And they're
just
like,
because
well,
you're having an outdoor game doesn't mean you have to hold 80,000.
Who's gonna play? Well, Saskatchewan.
Who do you think it would be?
Saskatchewan doesn't have a team. I think it would be obviously be 2 Canadian teams. I think it would be. I think it'd battle Alberta.
Oh my god,
that would be it.
I almost don't even want to see that outside.
That would sell you a lot of tickets.
Oh boy.
Or a team like
you could see Winnipeg,
Vancouver, maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe I mean Winnipeg or
be a bigger draw if Montreal was there.
Montreal, Toronto. East. I don't know if they go east west.
They want east west. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Tough to go. I mean,
on the show today, we're going to roll through some panic in Pittsburgh, and we're going to talk about some players that you really don't think of as stars, but are kind of flying under the radar, putting up some points this year. And there's a pretty interesting list. And then we're going to roll through just a bunch of different things to wrap it up. But pretty entertaining show. Big thanks goes out to our sponsor, CoolHockey.com.
I got 3 questions for you, too.
Oh,
today.
Yeah.
That's right.
We're switching up tonight. Blake's going to give me the 3 questions, so we'll see if that's any good.
Oh.
What do you think, Blake?
Should be all right.
Check out CoolHockey.com. Type in Inside 20 when you go to the checkout. They are our sponsor for the show all year, and we really appreciate their support. And make sure you check them out and support them in return.
CoolHockey.com. Jerseys online since '99.
Panic in the Steel City, Blake. Should this be panic, or are people just... You know what? Quite honestly, I'm going to sum up what I think in 2 sentences. This is so overblown and overreaction.
It's too early.
It's ridiculous.
It's too early.
This is silly, but people are freaking the hell out.
It's early. It's November. November 19th.
Okay, so let's look at this. Let's go over where they're at right now. I think we agree. Do we agree on this? What the hell?
Yeah, no, I don't.
But we're going to disagree on a couple things within this topic, I think. But let's look at this. Within their division, Pittsburgh sits in last, 8th. It's been, I don't know, I didn't do the research to find out how long it's been, but it's been a hell of a long time.
Yeah.
18 games in, most teams in the division have played 20. I think the Metro is the worst division in hockey this year.
No. Pacific.
No.
Pacific's the worst division in hockey.
No way.
Yes, it is. Because is that really going to last?
I don't know.
Is it going to last? No, it's not.
Is the Islanders going to stay up there?
No.
Yeah. The Rangers?
No.
I mean...
That division is going to be flipped upside down in April.
This division is messed the hell
It's going to flip upside down.
Columbus is in first with 26 points. Islanders and Rangers are second and third with 22. Washington, Carolina are fourth and fifth with 21. Yeah. Philly is in sixth with 20. New Jersey's in 7th and 18th, and Pittsburgh's
that'll play itself
bringing
out.
Up the rear. I agree.
That'll play itself
I agree. But look at this. Everybody's panicking in Pittsburgh, but when I started to look at this team a little more to talk about this today, I started to think, are people crazy? This team is 7th in goals per game with 3.3. Yep. Now, they have had some blowout games that have inflated that. But they've had, goals against is a problem. They're allowing 3.28.
Goaltending's a big problem.
26th in the league. Power play, they're 7th. Penalty kill, they're 15th. 15th isn't great, but it's not. It's middle of the pack. So, I mean, it's not like it's like, oh my gosh. Here's the problem, though. When you look at their stats, people have already started talking and saying, well, they're not scoring. They're not getting the depth. They're wrong. They've got a ton of scoring going on.
Yeah, Malkin's got 25. Kessel's got 23. Sid's got 19.
They're getting good points. What they don't have is that Getzel guy. They don't have that depth right now.
You know what their biggest problem is? Justin Schultz has been hurt all year.
Yes. That hurts.
He had 4 points in 4 games. He's a good defender back there, and their decor is a little weak right now. I mean, you got Jack Johnson who's been
minus
bad signing.
Minus 9.
Bad signing.
That's bad.
Yeah.
And here's the deal though. A lot of people are just Matt Murray, and Matt Murray has been god awful. He's got a 4.
He's worse than Mike Smith.
He is. 4.08 goals against, .877 save percentage. Here's the deal though. Casey DeSmith.
Yeah, he has a 2.30 goals against,
2.25,
930 save percentage.
That's not bad. The only problem with him is Do you notice
small.
when they put him in? No, I know, but his numbers don't lie. Numbers don't lie. But they put him in net, and that team doesn't score when he's in net.
No, he's not. He isn't getting any goal support.
He's not getting goal support.
No.
Yeah, so here's the deal: if they run with him for a while, let Murray figure his stuff out, kind of like they're going to do in Calgary.
It's Mike Smith. It's all. Same thing
is.
with Corey Schneider. It's all mental.
It is. That's what a lot of goaltending is.
Yeah.
So they let him sort his stuff out. They play Casey DeSmith for a while.
I don't think Sullivan will do that though.
Well, you're just going to fight through it and let Murray keep letting him in?
I think he's too loyal to his players.
So let me ask you this.
Too loyal.
Has Matt Murray ever shown us anything when he didn't have Fleury behind him?
Not yet.
No. He hasn't showed us anything. I would have more faith in Mike Smith than I would Matt Murray.
No. Okay.
Here's why.
I wouldn't have faith in any of them.
Well, I don't right now either. But Mike Smith, at least, has proven that he can be a... Matt Murray really has not proven anything. He's always had Fleury next to him.
He's not even top 15.
That's the thing, though. I mean, do we overblow him just because he won a couple of cups?
I don't even count his second cup because Fleury got him to the third round. That's ridiculous. Fleury did all the work. Has one bad game against Tampa, and they go to Matt Murray. That's a joke.
I agree.
That is a joke.
I thought it was a joke, too.
He's the first goalie to have 2 cups before he's 21. You look at the team in front of him. Anthony Emmy won a goddamn Stanley Cup. Grow up.
I know. But they need goaltending now, and Casey DeSmith is going to have to...
No, I think they are going to go to him, but we'll see. We'll see where the loyalty comes from Coach Sullivan on him. I'm not sure.
I don't think the panic should be as big as it is.
It's November 19th.
But you know what the problem
is? If this
was
end of February and they're last, okay, sure, panic.
But you know what, though? They don't have very much for prospects.
Tanner Pearson? What do you think of him?
I think that was a desperate move.
And Rutherford isn't done.
No.
I don't think he's done.
But do you feel like he's pulling the panic button here? Is Tanner Pearson, is he going to be the guy is he the answer?
He's 26. He's 2 years removed from scoring 26 goals, 25 around there.
I don't think Tanner Pearson's a bad player. Don't get me wrong.
He's a little bit overpaid. He's a little bit overpaid. And he's got 2 years left on his deal. So they got this year and 2 more years after. So they got
3.8 though.
He's got 3 years. No, he's 3.1. Well, this year he's 3.1. They retain salary.
It says right here.
They retain salary on him though for this year. So even though with the Hagelin trade. So
big deal.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think when Sid gets healthy, this team's going to take off.
I don't think it's just Sid.
No, but
Sid's producing.
But the other issue is
keep the damn puck out of the net.
No, but the other issue is with Pittsburgh. It's a revolving door with Sidney Crosby's winger after Connor Sherry got traded. Mm-hmm. I think that was a silly trade to trade Connor Sherry.
Yeah.
Because him and Sid were very good together, and they got Daniel Sprong 4 assists in 13 games playing with Crosby. Brian Russ 5 points in 18 games playing with Crosby. There's no really go-to guy. I mean, Gensel's been playing with Crosby a little bit. He's got 12 points in 18 games, but there's no real consistent line mate for Sid. And I think Tanner Pearson could be that guy to play with Sid. He's got the skill set for sure.
I look at their scheduling, and I'm not making scheduling excuses by all means, but man, is this a streaky team?
No, they are for sure.
I mean, they go on the road to Toronto, Edmonton, Calgary, and Vancouver, and rattle off 3-0, 6-5, 9-1, 5-0 wins.
Yeah, they
come back home and lose to the Islanders, and then lose to the Islanders again at home. And then it just seems like they're back and forth. And they win 4, lose 4, win 1.
It's like the Edmonton Oilers.
It's like, holy cow.
Oh, goaltending's everything. If you don't have consistent goaltending, you're not going to very many games. And, the Penguins, they need to get some better goaltending from Matt Murray if they want to crawl back into the Metro.
Definitely. And they're going to have to... You're going to have to get better at home, too, because they're 3-5-1, and that's not going to get you into the playoffs.
Nope.
Being that way. Okay, who are guys flying under the radar this year, Blake?
Well,
I made a list of guys.
Yeah. I got Max Domi, he had 18 goals, 52 points his rookie year. Struggled 3 years in Arizona. Now he's on the top line with Drew, and he's got 10 goals, 14 assists this season. He's been a burst of energy. He's fed off a fresh start in Montreal, and just needed some home cooking, I think.
He's a pain in the ass out there to play against, too.
No, he's a guy that you love to have on your team, but hate to play against. And I think he's same thing as Matthew Tkachuk.
Yeah.
They play,
neither one of those players are dirty. They just are aggravating.
No, they play similar styles of games, and they get under your skin, and they can also put the puck in the net. So that's a plus for sure.
Yeah, Domi's impressed this year. Another guy that's off to a rocket start that not many people can argue is Thomas Chabot. 23 points
as a D-man.
Yeah. He's making Karlsson be forgotten quicker than they ever expected.
I was just watching him. He picked up the puck behind the net, went through about 4 guys, passed backdoor to Mark Stone for a goal. It's like this guy just sees the ice so well. I mean, I don't agree with him getting comparisons to Bobby Orr. I think that's a little unfair. And
I ever do that to a player.
No, I know it's just unfair. Like the same thing with Pedersen, comparing him to Gretzky, and it's just
that's the Vancouver media being stupid.
Gretzky said that himself.
I know. After the Vancouver media put that out, that's all on the Vancouver media.
I don't know.
They did it first.
I don't think that's just not fair.
That's the Vancouver media for you.
Nobody should be comparing.
Everybody in Vancouver lives on a wing and a prayer.
Yeah, no.
How about Morgan Riley this year?
He came into the league at 18 years old.
25 points in 20 games.
Yeah,
and here's the biggest thing. He's plus 10.
I'm going to make a bold statement and say Morgan Riley is a top 5 D-man in the NHL.
He's getting there.
I think he's already.
He might be there. I mean, I had to sit down and
he's already there.
Go through it, but
he's
having a heck of a
year. He's
a
guy that can quarterback a power play, and he gets. Look, he has so many 4-point games this year.
Look at Braden Point too.
I got him on my fantasy team. Thank God.
14 goals.
3 goals. 3 goals a couple days ago. 2 goals again the other day. He has been unreal. I mean.
Mark Stone's got 23 points.
We haven't heard a lot of Stamkos. We've been hearing a lot of points, though.
Yeah.
Points taking over that offense.
Stone's got 23 points. He needs a contract.
I don't know. I don't know what he's going to get paid. He's getting, 7.2 this year? Not sure. He's definitely going to be getting himself a big ticket for sure. And then another one, I got Lindholm on here.
Yeah, I was just going to talk about
He's been a perfect fit for Calgary on that top line. They've been missing that right-handed shot on that top line for years. They tried out Versteeg on there. They had Furland on there last year. He's left-handed, but they've been missing that right-handed sniper that can play on the top line, play on the power play, and he looks like a really, really good fit. And then I think Calgary won that trade by a mile.
He's two-way too.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
He's good defensively.
Yep. Career high 17 goals in 14-15. Career high points in 15-16 45. And he's already got 21 points, 11 goals in 20 games. So he's going to be smashing.
Hit it by Christmas.
Yeah, he's going to be smashing those records for sure.
Oh, they got him on a bargain too.
Mm-hmm. Yep, they did. Traveling's done a good job with contracts and getting players to buy in for less so they can keep playing guys together. So it's good.
If I would have told you that Kyle Palmieri would be more than a point per game player this year, you'd have told me I'm crazy, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I would have, but he's a natural goal scorer. I think he's got a good release. He goes in the gritty areas. He gets the pucks in the corners, and he's just a smart hockey player. I mean, he's playing on a good line. He's playing with Taylor Hall, and those two click pretty good.
Mike Hoffman's got 18 points at a long point streak in there.
I'm happy for him because he had a very tough situation with what his fiance said about Erik Karlsson's wife.
Is he still with her?
I don't know. I wouldn't be, though, if I was him. I would have dumped her last year. Jesus Christ. I don't know. It's just a tough situation in Ottawa, and I'm happy for him. I mean, do you think San Jose should have gave up him?
Yeah, that was just a trade and move. That
I know, but do you think they're regretting giving him up? Because they had him and then they shipped him off to Florida.
Yeah, but that was part. I mean, that was just
no, it wasn't. That wasn't. Do you think? Because Ottawa's like, okay, we don't want to trade Hoffman in our division, so they traded him to the West.
Hoffman wasn't going anywhere. Carlson was going.
Ah, true. Yeah, you're right.
That wasn't happening.
Well, you didn't think they were going to get Carlson though when they traded for Hoffman, but they probably knew that,
or they probably knew they were in the running for it, and they wouldn't even have a chance to get him if Hoffman was sitting in the locker.
You're right. You're right.
Pretty sure. How about? We talked a little bit about off air about this one, and I totally think he's a surprise player this year because I thought his career was dead. Thomas Tatar. And I still think when we talk in February about this, Thomas Tatar will have cooled off.
Yeah, it's tough to say. I mean, like the guy had a career high 29 goals in 14-15, and he got 17 points in 20 games so far this year. He's playing on the top line with Domi. That's just a line that works hard. Montreal's not a good team on paper.
No.
They're not a good team. They're getting good goaltending, they're playing good team defense, and they're finding ways to win. I think they're going to make the playoffs this year. I think they're going to make the playoffs.
Who are they going to bump out? That's the problem. If you look at that, it's hard to... Like, who are you going to bump out?
You know what? I don't think Boston's going to make the playoffs this year.
Oh.
Their goaltending is
Boston's
a mess.
got too deep of
They're a mess.
lines.
Their goaltending is a mess.
Halak's fine. I'd friggin' take Halak in a heartbeat.
So you think they're going to start Halak over Tuukka Rask?
I think he's going to share a lot of time this year.
I don't think their head coach. I don't think their coach is.
He's going to share a lot of time this year.
I don't know. They're just so inconsistent too. Boston's been inconsistent.
You know what? The whole league's been inconsistent. Tell me a team that's been consistent this year.
Nashville.
Kind of. They didn't start off real good. Tampa's been pretty consistent.
I mean, they're both at the top of the league.
I mean, but seriously, though, there isn't, like...
Did you watch that Avalanche Ducks game last night?
I did not.
Oof.
I went to bed early for once.
Rantanen scored with 1.2 seconds left in overtime.
I saw that this morning.
Pass from McKinnon.
Here's the guy we're leaving out.
Who?
Probably the most under-the-radar guy. Timo Meier. 21 points, 21 games. First-line minutes, San Jose, no one thought that.
He's not keeping that up.
I don't know.
Not a chance in hell.
+6. 17 minutes of ice time a night.
I don't know. We'll see.
Playing good.
Talk to me in a month.
There's a lot of things I want to talk to you in a month about. You know what we're doing on next show? Let's talk about that right now. This Thursday is Americans' Thanksgiving. It's always kind of been the landmark of who's in the standings, sits in the playoff spot. Usually, with the exception of 1 or 2 or 3, that's how it stays. And it does.
No, I don't think so.
Very few teams flip-flop. They'll flip-flop spots, but very few teams move in or out. Usually about 2 or 3 a year move in and out. Interchange. So, I'm printing off the standings on American Thanksgiving, and we're going to sit down on the next show, and we're going to go through them, and we're going to say, oh, no, this team's not staying.
Yeah.
Or, oh, man, this team's coming back up in.
Yeah.
And that'll be fun to talk about.
Well, and like I said,
which teams are going to be coming and going.
Right now, I told you, this 6-game road trip's going to be make or break for the Vancouver Canucks.
They're done.
Yeah, they're done. Lost 5 in a row.
Done.
And somehow they're still third in the division. Like, that's how bad the Pacific is.
No, it's not bad. It's everybody's beating everybody.
That's a division that beats up each other, though.
They do. They beat up each other.
So, I mean, that's why I think a couple teams could sneak in.
You know, I don't know. That division's up in the air and to see what's going to happen. It really is.
That's going to come down to April, end of March, April.
That is. What do you think of the Buffalo Sabres so far this year?
You know, how much is Jeff Skinner going to make this summer?
I don't know. He's good.
Did you see the report today? That he's asking for $9 to $9.5 million to stay in Buffalo?
He's crazy there.
No way. But if he gets 90 points, how much money does he get? I don't know.
Well, he's going to have to really have a hell of a year.
He is going to have a hell of a year. I love Jeff Skinner.
He was my sleeper guy at the beginning of the year that I picked.
I've always liked him.
I just think getting out of Carolina was such a good thing for him.
Yeah. No, he's playing with Jack Eichel. That's a good line.
That team, okay, they're 19th in goals per game, but they're 8th in goals against. They're getting great goaltending from Carter Hutton.
Sometimes.
His numbers aren't bad.
He's had a couple bad games, but
he's got 8 wins.
He's been good.
You can't complain on that.
I think if they're
21st in power play, which is kind of surprising. But that'll work itself out. Carter Hutton, though, .919, 2.51. That's not bad. 8 wins. That's good.
Yeah.
Linus Ullmark hasn't lost a game.
What's his record?
4-0.
Yeah. Yeah, he's been good.
Pominville, boy, he came out of the grave.
Turn the clock back.
Holy cats.
Yep.
Guy's like 54. He's got 17 points in 20 games.
Yeah, he's an old guy.
I ripped on Eichel and about that contract, and I still think he's overpaid. But he's working his way back into my good graces. He's been good this year, and him and Skinner together are great. And
Carter Sherry.
Been good.
Yep.
That team's
got a good back end too.
I like that team.
Dahlin's a little disappointing though.
What do you expect out of him? He's got 10 points. Holy shit!
But I mean, he had such high expectations that he was going to walk in the league, and
he's got 10 points in 20 games. He's half a point.
I feel
Tell
like
me how many players are half-point
listen to
players?
me. I feel like he's shying away from his game a little bit. Like the Swedish league, okay, that's a way different league than the NHL, but we haven't seen him take the puck and rush the puck up himself very much.
NHL.
I know, but he's that kind of guy that can do that. He's got that much speed and that much skill to do that, and we haven't seen that from him yet. We've seen spurts of it, but we haven't seen much consistent play from him. Yes, he's 18, 19 years old, but I thought I would have seen more flashes from him.
Let me sum up how I think that you're wrong in this. But okay, Rasmus Ristolainen. He gets 25 minutes of ice time a night. The dude's -11. Dahlin gets 18 minutes a night. He's +6. That's a big difference.
Okay, yeah.
Who's Rasmus playing with? Is he out there by himself or something?
Who, Dahlin?
No.
Or
Ristolainen. Sorry, same first name. Oh.
Jesus.
How do you get to one guy on the team be -11 and everybody else is -4 or better? How does that happen?
I don't know.
You out there for every goal or what?
I'm going to bring it up right now.
I don't know. That's just a glaring stat that shows to me, like, what's going on with that guy? I look at plus minus. I'm not a big plus minus guy.
I am. I'm not.
It's a true marker.
Never have been.
Yeah, we never agree on anything.
That's a broken stat.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
They've won 6-5 in a row. They're playing against Pittsburgh right now.
There's the Lions playing with Jake McCabe.
Well, and why isn't his plus minus crap?
Zach Bogosian's playing with Dahlin. I like that pairing. You got an offensive guy in Dahlin, stay-at-home guy in Zach Bogosian, and they got Scandella and Casey Nelson. Haven't really heard of that guy, but.
So what do you think of this injury outbreak? What injury is going to be the one that is the most?
I think Vasilevsky.
You think so? I would say
Louis Domingue is 2-0, and I think.
But he's got such a good team in front.
Listen, that's what I'm going to say. I think that Tampa Bay is going to outscore a lot of teams while he's out.
I mean, on paper that looks like the worst, but I think that team is so good. It's like okay.
Yeah, no, they're.
I don't know. Can you believe all these injuries though? Like what happened? Like all in like one night. Crosby goes down, and what's that one? Week to week now on Crosby.
Yeah, week to week. Yeah. Subban and that's
Nashville. They just got
Arvidsson
barraged.
Yeah, Arvidsson might be a big loss up front.
That's a big loss for Nashville.
Yeah,
he's 6 to 8 weeks.
That's two. That's two guys on their power play. Yeah, he's out 6 to 8 weeks. Broken finger?
Yeah.
Broken thumb? Yeah, that's a tough break.
Upper body. I wish they disclose a little bit more in the National Hockey League.
Yeah.
Lots of injuries, though. Moving on, let's talk about the hottest teams in the league right now.
Sure.
If I pull up in the last 10 games, I think you would be shocked at what teams are rolling in the last 10. It is the best team in the last 10 games is the Detroit Red Wings. They're
they've
8
won
and
6
2.
straight. Yeah, 6 straight.
They're 8-2-0. The Rangers are 7-2-1. The Lightning are 7-3-1. The Leafs are 7-3-1. The Blue Jackets are 6-2-2, and the Stars are 6-2-2. I don't think many people would have written those teams down as being the hottest teams in the league right now. And I saw that stat and I was like, "Holy cow, that's a little surprising, isn't it?"
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it is. The biggest one for me is Detroit. They've been getting really good goaltending from Jimmy Howard lately, and they're a -8 goal differential, which that's kind of weird that they go off and win 8 of 10 and still in the minus. That means they're winning a lot of 1-goal games, and they're getting good goaltending from Howard, like I said. But Toronto, that's expected. They're a good team.
Yeah, Toronto is good.
Tampa Bay, that's expected. They're a really good team. Rangers, a little very surprising though. 7-2-1.
That one threw me for a loop.
I like Dave Quinn. I think he's a good coach. I think it was good for him to get a shot out of college, and I like that he holds his players accountable. And he scratched Kevin Shattenkirk for poor play and benched him, only giving him 7 minutes of ice, and he's sent a message to veteran players, and that if you're not going to play well, you're not going to play at all. And I wish more coaches would do that. I wish a team like Vancouver would sit Louis Eriksson if he didn't play good. I wish teams would bench players that are making salary. Just because you're making $6 million doesn't mean you should be playing every night. Mm-hmm. I wish there was more players. I wish there was more coaches that held players more accountable if they don't play well.
Oh, I couldn't agree more. 2 more topics, and then
Sure.
we'll move into questions.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about last Saturday night's Battle of Alberta.
And on the back check, there was McDavid. Double big hit. Now it's McDavid who's hit by Backlund, and those two are into it.
Now this is getting nasty here. It was Backlund and McDavid, and then Tkachuk got involved too, and now everybody's converging in.
Now Tkachuk is on the Edmonton captain, and everybody is into this melee.
Yeah, he's giving him a couple good shots, and he's going after
Yeah,
Draisaitl,
absolutely.
Would you say it's the best game you watched this year?
It's up there. It's top three for sure.
That thing was rocking. The place was rocking.
Yeah.
Sam Bennett lays a huge hit
On
on Darnell
Nurse,
Nurse to start
yeah.
the game off. Then they go a few minutes later in a good fight. And
I was really pissed off though.
why?
Because the linesman jumped in too soon. Darnell Nurse was pissed. Sam Bennett was pissed. Like,
That's the way the league is.
It's so soft. You know what I'm saying? If that happened in the 80s, no way the refs were jumping
you
in.
can't even compare.
90s, not jumping in.
Can't
Early
even compare.
2000s, not jumping in.
No.
Now, concussions and safety, they can't fight.
You know,
It's a joke.
that game had it all, though.
It did.
Yeah.
Hits, fights, goals, comebacks, good goaltending.
It did.
Had
It
all.
had good goaltending. Rittich stopped 3 breakaways, if I remember
In
right.
the second period, he stopped like 6
And-
overall. He stopped 2 with Draisaitl. He tried the same move.
Yeah, I know.
Tried to beat him a little blocker, dude. Change it
So,
up.
what did you think, speaking of Draisaitl, what did you think of that slew foot on Tkachuk?
I didn't like it.
I
didn't like
see,
it.
my original,
He
my
hit
first
him.
response wasn't that bad,
He hit-
but the more I watched it, I'm like,
I
ooh,
watched it in slow.
he
but
did
drug-
stick his leg in there.
He drug his leg behind him, and
Big time.
It's a dangerous play. You could tear ACLs like that.
I'll
You could
guarantee you that if that's not Tkachuk that happens to, the league looks at it. I guarantee you.
No. Cause,
Yes.
Because Draisaitl's not a dirty player.
Oh, according to what? He just did it.
He has no history.
I don't care. So that makes it okay to go slew foot somebody?
It wasn't. It's not like he kicked his feet out. He kind of just hit him.
You thought it was worse than what I thought.
He hit him, drug his leg,
Okay, so let me ask you this question.
Well, Tkachuk deserves that.
No, that isn't. No, that doesn't.
Because he would do it in a heartbeat to somebody
No,
else.
Tkachuk doesn't do that. He doesn't.
Hey, listen, I can go back and I can find a couple Slewfoots in Tkachuk's days.
You know what?
Going back to junior NHL.
No. I want you to go back in his NHL career and find out the dirty things that he's done. And yap in his mouth is not dirty.
No.
You know what I love about him? That guy can do it all.
Oh, he can yap and go score two goals.
Yes. But you know what I really liked? He drove every player in the Edmonton bench freaking crazy.
McDavid.
He took McDavid off his game. He took their coach out of it. They're down a goal with 5 minutes to go, and he's plugging out Milan Lucic with the first line. Are you shitting me?
I seen a tweet that says how to beat the Edmonton Oilers. Number 1, pretend like it's going to be a rough game with a physical first period. Number 2, wait for Tom McClellan to put Lucic on McDavid's line. Number 3, profit. No, seriously, like you wait.
That is horrible coaching.
No, it is. I don't.
That is not. You're down a goal. You need to score. You don't need to send messages.
Well, the thing about the Oilers is,
did you hear here's another great one. I was listening this morning to the 960 in Calgary, and Eric Francis was talking about that game.
I don't like him.
Just hear the story. I don't care if it's Eric Francis or who it is. He's in the media room, and they're after the game, and they're interviewing Bill Peters.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the Edmonton Oilers media members says, "Your man turtled."
Tkachuk?
Yeah. And now that is like the most classless thing ever. Media members don't say that.
Yeah.
Media members don't act that way.
No.
So you know what? He didn't not only piss off the Oilers coaching staff, the Oilers fans, he's even got their media members riled. Now that's a successful night.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, I think it was gutless what Cassian did to Tkachuk. Tkachuk.
Well, you brought it up to me. Should there be a suspension for that?
He's gonna get fined.
There won't. I bet you $100 he doesn't.
He's gonna get fined.
You want to bet?
Tkachuk.
He won't. He won't get fined. Nothing will come out of that game. Why?
Because it's Tkachuk?
Yep.
No, it doesn't mean you can't drop your gloves and turn a guy around and punch him in the face twice. You can't do that.
Well, Domi got 5 games for it.
Preseason, though, it doesn't really count.
No, listen.
Oh, 5, yeah.
Domi got 5 games for it.
Yes, so you don't think he'll get suspended? That was worse than Domi.
You know what?
It was worse.
The only difference was that Tkachuk protected himself and was quick enough to get it up to block it. Because if he wouldn't have got it, he'd have got it as bad as Ekblad did it. But the NHL won't do anything. I'll guarantee you there's no suspension on this, and there will be no fine either.
That's not right.
There won't be anything for the Draisaitl, and there won't be anything for the other. And the next time these two teams play, hang on to your hats. It is going to be a good one.
Yeah, it's in Edmonton, too, so it should be good.
It was fun. That was a fun hockey game. And
well, Calgary outshot Edmonton like 15-2 in the third period.
Did you see that, though? They controlled the play. They held the puck in the Edmonton zone for so long.
Oh, yeah.
Just
finally got a goal from Monahan, and it was a good game. Had everything. It was good.
You know, one of the funnest things we talk about is arguing about predictions and things like that.
Well, you think Edmonton's making playoffs?
I still think they are.
No, they're not. No chance in hell they're making playoffs.
There's 2 websites I always frequent. Not because both because I enjoy both of the websites, but the biggest thing I like looking at their projections, and they have projections for what percentage that team has of chance of making the playoffs, making it past the second, making it to the third.
Is that big wheel?
That's on Money Puck, and we're going to talk about that one. But let's talk about the Athletic one first.
Sure.
Do you know who the Athletic has right now, the favorite to win the Cup? Not a surprise.
Tampa?
Nope. Nashville, 15%.
Okay.
14% for Toronto, 13% for Tampa Bay.
Mm-hmm.
They still have Pittsburgh at 64% chance of making the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
They have Calgary at 76% chance.
Mm-hmm.
They have Columbus at 92% chance they're going to make the playoffs.
That's a little high.
That's a little high, I thought.
What's Vancouver at?
Vancouver is at 11% to make the playoffs.
That's better than 0.1%.
The worst teams, Ottawa and Detroit, are 2%, and LA's 3%.
LA should be 0.12.
Now let's flip the curtain over and talk about Money Puck, because they've got a pretty neat one too. They have Calgary at 77.94% chance of making the playoffs. They have them at a 5.3% chance of winning the Cup.
Yeah.
They've got Toronto at 5.7. They've got Minnesota Wild. They got them at 6.2%
to win the
chance
Cup?
of winning the Cup. Yep.
I like Minnesota.
God, I never can figure that team out. They've got them at an 84.75% chance of making the playoffs. Their favorite to make the playoffs is Tampa. Minnesota second. Toronto third. Calgary fourth. Nashville fifth at 74.98. For winning the Cup, though, they've got Tampa at 6.8%, and they got Minnesota at 6.2%.
Why so low?
I think they just got it more watered down out.
Oh.
Because you look at the Athletic, there's no way that, realistically, there's 15% chance right now. We're not that far into the season.
Yeah.
I don't think. You want to know what? You want to know? Let's flip the cards here, though. They've actually got it narrowed down to percentage of winning the draft lottery already.
What?
They've got the favorite to win the draft lottery this year is L.A.
Colorado Avalanche?
L.A. at 10.2. Yeah, no shit. You want to know what Vancouver's at? 5.9% chance of winning the lottery.
We will never win. Even though we're hosting the draft this year, we'll never win.
They've got Washington at 4.8% chance of winning the lottery. How does that work?
I don't know. Are they even in a playoff spot?
No. That's why. Oh. Just because of the number of balls right now, you're going to have a chance.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know. No, Next week's going to be fun, and we can talk about our predictions. And
we're going to talk. I think the playoffs will start forming out around Christmas.
I think it'll be a little later this year than Thanksgiving, but I still want to talk about it next week.
Yeah, no,
because it's a good
for sure.
It's good.
Yeah.
You ready to hit me with your questions?
Yeah, 3 questions. You ready?
No, we gotta take a break.
Oh, all right.
Next up, 3 questions. Cool Hockey is the #1 place to get NHL jerseys. Every fan wants a fully customized NHL jersey made to NHL specs. Check out coolhockey.com now and use promo code INSIDE20 for 20% off your next jersey purchase. It's time for 3 questions. All right, time for 3 questions, and we're going to switch it up a little bit, turn the tables. And if this works, we're going to rotate every other week. I usually ask Blake 3 questions and try to stump him or piss him off or whatever I'm trying to do that week. Depends on my mood. This week, he turns the tables. He's going to fire 3 questions at me, and I'm going to give him my responses. Fire away, Blake.
Okay, number 1. Should the Lightning grab a goalie with Vasilevsky out 4 to 6 weeks?
No.
No? You think Demang's good enough?
Yeah. He's got a great team in front of him.
Yeah. But like,
that's why we have a backup.
If he gets a little out of control,
it's 4 to 6 weeks.
If he gets out of control,
no.
They lose like 5-6 in a row?
Nope.
All right.
Nope.
If you were the GM of the Calgary Flames and you could make one trade to fix the goaltending, who would you acquire?
Who would I acquire? Who would I want? In a trade. Is everybody available to me? Can I get a guy with a no trade clause? I mean, everybody's available.
Yeah, if you can get one goalie.
Wow, that's not a really one.
Like a guy. If you can go out, if you had a chance to go get like a guy like Corey Schneider, rebound his career, would you do that?
No,
you wouldn't pick up Corey Schneider.
Tired of freaking rebounding careers in Calgary. That's what we tried to do with Mike Smith.
What would you do?
That's what we tried to do with Brian Elliott.
To fix the goaltending.
I'd go get a guy like UC Saros.
I'm
done. I'm done with this.
You think Nashville would trade him?
No, they've already got their plan. That's not happening because they've already got their plan that Rene plays next year. Saros is the next. They've got their plan. No one's screwing with that. But I'm just saying that's the guy I would target. I'll give you my number 2, but that's the guy I would target. I'm not in Calgary. Calgary needs to quit trying to fix goaltending by putting in Band-Aids with old guys. Brian Elliott did not work.
No.
Mike Smith did not work for the most part. Had a pretty good year last year. And still could this year, for all we know. Who knows? Yeah. 2 months from now, we might be saying he's a Vezina candidate.
That's ridiculous.
I mean, seriously, though, that's how quick things change.
Mm-hmm.
But goalies that are, I guess, not available, but somewhat available that I would target if I was Calgary. I would really like a guy like, well, UC Saros would be my number one pick.
Yeah.
Another guy that I think would be a good guy to go out and get would be Carter Hutton in Buffalo. Buffalo's not giving him up. But he's a guy that I think would be good.
What's Chad Johnson?
Yeah, but I always look at Chad Johnson. This is so unfair. Just he's a backup. He's built to be a backup. Maybe David Rittich is the answer in Calgary. He could be.
Yeah.
I mean, why? We always stereotype guys right away. Oh, he's not a starter.
Are you concerned with Parsons and Gilly's numbers in the AHL right now?
I don't look at goaltending prospects like I look at player prospects.
But like a goals against of 4, both of them.
Thatcher Demko's not lighting any fires in Vancouver.
He hasn't even played.
He didn't last year though. His numbers.
He did.
His numbers.
It's his second best goal in the AHL.
I just don't look at numbers when it comes to goaltending until they get up to the National Hockey League. I don't think it matters.
Yeah.
I think if you right now took Tyler Parsons and threw him in net, he could be freaking great.
Yeah.
You don't know. That's the thing with goaltending. That's why it's so hard to scout. That's why it's so hard for me. A lot of goaltending is timing. It's timing.
Speaking of goaltending, 2 goalie goals.
I saw one in the WHL.
In the AHL.
Oh, in the
Or WHL.
There was one in the WHL.
And the AHL. Tristan Jarry in the AHL and Ian Scott in the WHL. Pretty cool, eh? Same week.
Sure, if you like goalie scoring.
So, question number 3.
Were we done talking goalies?
Yeah, we're done.
You know who's another goalie that I think is pretty darn good?
Who?
I think Edmonton's backup right now. Myself.
Koskinen?
I do.
6'8". He's good. Yeah, he's a little all over the place. But you ready for my third question?
I don't know. I'm a little afraid of it. Go for it. Fire away.
Tom Wilson. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
A dirty player or selected for borderline hits under the Department of Player Safety microscope?
Both.
Both?
He's dirty as hell. How do you argue that?
But...
Oh, my God.
Is
I can rewind right now.
Is he a guy that crosses the line, or is he a guy that just plays the game hard?
Crosses the line.
And is he a little both?
No.
No? Not at all. He doesn't play the game hard?
Well, he skates hard, I suppose. What are you talking about? Play the game hard. Yeah, he's dirty.
He's a
physical player.
A hard-nosed player, though.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's dirty, too.
There's a little bit of both, then, hey?
Sure. How can you be that? How can you not be both?
But so why does if he had more points in the NHL?
Okay. Then he'd be a better player.
No, okay, but if he had more points, like a Brad Marchand, would he get suspended as much?
No.
See, so why that's kind of unfair, no?
Absolutely it is, but that's how the league works. Leon Draisaitl's a good hockey player. He slew-foots Matthew Tkachuk. He isn't going to get anything.
So
if that's Milan Lucic that does that,
does the NHL need to change the way they think about stuff like that?
Sure. If Milan Lucic does that to Matthew Tkachuk in the first period, he gets a suspension. Now he gets a fine.
Okay, and then another question about Department of Player Safety.
If you're asking me to say that the Department of Player Safety is inconsistent, yes, they're inconsistent.
Matheson gets suspended 2 games, but Buddy off Winnipeg doesn't get anything, and he gets fined.
No, because it was Elias Pettersson that went down, and he's scoring goals and lighting lamps for right now in the National Hockey League.
TJ Oshie isn't?
No, but here's the biggest difference. Here's what I think on that one. Here's what I think on that one. Matheson's a big guy. Pettersson's not. Morrissey's a small guy. Oshie's not a big guy either. But it was more of an even weight thing. That's the difference there. If Matheson's the same size as Pettersson, nothing's even called. Nothing happens. It's just nothing happens. That was a big guy that had ragged all the little guy. If that's Johnny Gaudreau, that's a tough one because Morrissey's a little guy. If that's Dustin Byfuglien do that to Oshie, bam, hammer down.
I think
I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying it's the way it is.
They have to be more consistent. Whether it's a guy that's a rookie in the NHL that doesn't have much points, or a guy like Tom Wilson.
I wish there was some way to block out who it is on both ends, so that a guy could watch it and go, player A did this to player B.
You know what they should do? They should get a guy that doesn't know shit about hockey and be like, all right, no, that was dirty. He gets 5 games. I'm serious, because George Peros has bias. He has a bias.
You know who I thought did the best at it?
Well, who? Brian Burke?
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
No, he did. Yeah.
I do. I think he did. I think he saw things with a different angle.
It's unfair. It's unfair to guys like Tom Wilson that get selected and get suspended because
it's not unfair to Tom Wilson
because he's a goon.
He's made his bed.
No, he has made his bed.
I can't believe you're defending Tom Wilson.
He has made his bed.
Did you come up with this question in the middle of the night in the bathroom?
Well, no, but I'm saying is, you're telling me if Brad Marchand had 35 points in his career and he did this shit, he would get suspended every time. Is that what you're telling me?
I think he'd be more apt to get suspended.
But he has 85 points and he does stupid shit. He doesn't get suspended. That's a joke. That's not fair.
No, I'm with you.
That's stupid.
How many times has Sidney Crosby stepped over the line?
He chopped Riley in the nuts, didn't get suspended. He slashed Mark Mathot's finger off, doesn't get suspended.
It's because the National Hockey League doesn't want to penalize their superstars.
That's a joke.
I know.
They should.
I know.
So
I couldn't agree more.
If a guy had 2 hands, a guy like Johnny Gaudreau, if McDavid 2 hands Gaudreau and he breaks his wrist,
who lost their finger? Mathot, right?
Yeah.
What if Mathot? I argued this when this happened. What if Mathot? I think I might have even done an instigator show on it. What happens if Mathot takes off freaking Crosby's finger?
He gets suspended.
It goes down in the history of hockey.
It'd be like Massorley slashing Don Bashir in the head, for Christ's sake.
I know.
Jesus Christ. It's like I don't know. It's the Department of Player Safety. You don't know what's gonna happen. Oh, yeah, that's 2 games. No, they're gonna give him a fine.
So are you wavering a little bit on your Pettersson thing? Are you saying that's not as bad as maybe what you originally thought? Were you speaking out of emotion then, or?
Yes and no. I don't know. He is a $170, $175.
Yeah. He just got ragdolled by a bigger guy.
Yeah.
You know what? I argued that shouldn't have been a suspension, and the reason I
still
thought
owe me a Tim's coffee, I think.
I know, I do. And the reason I think if he would have body slammed him and then went down with him, shoulder into him, then for sure throw the book at him. But it's almost like he kind of freaking threw when Pettersson flew like a ragdoll, and he was like, "Holy crap, that guy!"
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean by that? Like
I still think they should have suspended Morrissey because it was a
I think they had to.
It was a similar throwdown.
They had to, and they didn't, which surprises
It's
me.
a missed opportunity because now teams don't know what's suspendable.
No,
the whole league doesn't know. You know, it's like goal interference in the NHL. Oh, that's goal interference. They call the goal.
Been better lately, though.
Yeah, but there hasn't been any challenges, which is good because that slows the game down. It's stupid.
I hate when we have that worry all the time.
It's I don't know, but I just don't think it's fair to throw the book at Wilson, but not throw the book at Marchand just because they're superstars and
well,
points.
let's talk a little bit about that. We got our listener question.
Sure.
Again, thanks to our listeners for firing off questions. When you do, we will get a T-shirt sent off to you. Again, we want fan participation. Hit us up on Twitter, Facebook, email the show, whatever. We want your questions. We usually record on either Sunday, Monday, or Tuesday nights, usually Mondays. Fire off those questions to us because we like them, and it usually makes the show a little bit more fun. But listener question this time from Cameron Friars up in Estevan. Why does such a quality player such as Brad Marchand have to be such a clown? We talk about this guy all the time, man.
You go first.
Why? Why do I think he is?
I think he does it just for the attention.
I think
that's my only reason.
Brad Marchand is an attention-seeking
loser.
Yeah. How did I thought it when I first thought of this answer? I thought of the best way to answer it, and I think this goes deeper than just his play on the ice. I think he's got a severe case of little man syndrome. He does. And I think he's kind of immature in his behavior. Mm-hmm. And he's always doing childish, stupid shit on the ice.
Licking players.
That one, to me, took it to a whole new level.
Oh, yeah.
Because if somebody licked me in a hockey game...
I'd punch him in the face.
But here's what I don't understand, and I've said this 50 times in the show, at least. Why does nobody go kill him? I don't mean kill him for sure, but I mean, like, why is nobody
I told you.
chasing him around?
John Scott? Beat the shit out of Marchand, please.
No, but I mean, it doesn't happen. But it's, this week he fakes that stupid fall to the ice like he's mocking the other team, and then he has the white flag in the penalty box.
Did you see what he said to the fans?
Yeah.
How much he paid to watch me? I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah. You know what I would do if I wasn't opposing a rink? I'd loosen the glass in those areas. Do you ever remember that game?
Ty Domi?
Yeah, you remember that game?
He squirted him with water and he fell over and he beat the shit out of him.
I was watching that live. That was awesome.
Yeah, I was against Philly.
Like, I would make sure that I had fans sitting there to mock him, to try to take him off his game because he's such a little rat. Like, when he gave Bishop the little slash the other night.
Did you hear Jack Edwards' response? No. We got to play that in the pod.
Here's Marchand in front of the goal. That is a slash. That couldn't have crushed a grape. Trevor Hansen was the official who saw a slash there. It's pathetic. That is just ridiculous. I mean, I get it. There's an open agenda. Punish Marchand for past sins. I get it. But that is ridiculous. This is slashing, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, Ben, you'll probably never walk again. What in the name of Billy Smith is going on here?
Oh, you know what? You're never going to walk again, he says.
You know what? Okay. Should that have been a penalty?
No.
No. But did he have any reason to do it? No. No. But it should...
Oh, my God. That is not a penalty.
No, it's not a penalty.
It should be unsportsmanlike.
No, it's not a penalty. I'm not saying it's a penalty. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, did he have to do it? No. He was being a little
jackwaggon.
His game. He's being a jackwaggon.
He doesn't need to play like that.
But you know what he should... You know what should have happened there? You know what should have happened there?
Misconduct?
No. He got that call. You know why he got that call? Because he's an asshole and all the refs hate him.
Yeah.
Okay. So if he wasn't an asshole, he'd have never got that called against him.
You're right.
Okay. But how funny would it have been if Bishop would have just hauled off and two-handed him Ron Hextall style across the leg?
We would have got what would have been worth 2-minute penalty.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wish there was more goals.
How funny would that have been?
Oh, that would have been awesome.
But someday,
he is going to get pissed.
He's going to meet his maker on the ice.
I hope. I can't wait till the day.
I can't either.
Why is he such a clown, though?
He's just low IQ. And I hate being that way.
He's a family, man.
I don't care. I hate...
No, honestly, though...
What does his family say?
How does his wife put up with that shit?
Because she doesn't care. She just wants some money. No normal human being can think that's good.
That's the effect is, I'm an NHL player. I have lots of money. Marry me.
This is terrible. This is terrible, though, because I hate ripping on a player. But this
one's
okay.
If it's a guy like this
this
I don't
one's
give
okay.
a shit.
So let me ask you this question. What would your dad say to you if you made the National Hockey League and you acted like a clown like that? My dad would...
He'd be pissed.
My dad would be pissed off at me.
Yeah.
I'd be getting a phone call that I raised you better than that.
Yeah.
Now I'm calling his dad out on his parenting.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Well,
that's bad.
Did you hear when he won the Cup in 2011? He went back to Halifax, his hometown, and he got booted off the golf course because he's being such a jackass.
I just got a
He's
feeling.
Like, I'm Brad Marchand. I'm a Stanley Cup winner.
I don't know because I've never.
He's an idiot.
I've never met him personally, but like
I wouldn't even want to meet him.
I just got the feeling. You can just tell. You can tell assholes, and this guy's just an asshole.
Big nose. He's a rat.
He's just an asshole.
Yeah, just a loser. He's a loser.
You know, here's a funny story to end my Brad Marchand rant. this year in one of my fantasy hockey league teams, which I am on way too many, and I can't do this next year. I've already filed for intervention. I'm not doing this next year. It ruins fantasy hockey when you're in a ton of them. It does. It makes it no fun.
I'm in 2.
I'm in 5. But in one of my better leagues that I'm in, a guy, I don't know what he was doing, if he was taking a crap or what, but he was on auto draft to start the draft. And he got auto drafted Brad Bergeron.
First round?
Yeah.
How many teams are in the league?
Oh, I don't even know, 12 or 14.
Was it a high pick?
Yeah, it's like 6. And he gets auto drafted him. And he instantly puts out on our group message for the league that he'll trade him for anybody. He says, I can't stomach having him on my team. Any takers, you're going to get one hell of a deal. Mm-hmm. When people are willing to give up their first rounder in in their fantasy hockey league because the guy's a rat, that tells you something. Mm-hmm. He's going to meet his maker someday, I think.
Inside Edge Hockey News. Dropping the gloves. And stirring the pot.
Thanks for listening to the Debate Hockey Podcast. Check out InsideEdgeHockeyNews.com for all your hockey news. Follow us on all forms of social media, and make sure you download the Debate on your favorite podcatcher. Check us out on Spreaker, SoundCloud, iTunes, iHeart, and YouTube. A special thanks goes out to our sponsor, CoolHockey.com. Make sure you check out their website, use promo code INSIDE20, and save 20% off your next jersey purchase. Thanks for listening, and we hope you enjoy this week's hockey action.
Saved by Anderson. Couturier, the sweep set up. Gibson robs Tierney. Saving the game.
Thanks so much for listening to this episode of the Debate Hockey Podcast with your host, Brad Burud. For more great content and to stay up to date, visit InsideEdgeHockeyNews.com and on Twitter at InsideEdgeHOCKE and Facebook at Inside Edge Hockey News. We'll catch you next time.
This has been a production of Inside Edge Hockey News Radio, copyrighted and distributed by the Inside Edge Hockey Media Group.